let's kick it off, everybody. Welcome to the Avanzo AMA at PinkSale. My name is Shono. I'm the host as well. We have, is it Azuz? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, we've got Azuz from Avanzo who'll be presenting his project. So, yeah, welcome, mate. Yeah, thanks for coming along, and again, thanks for hosting this AMA with us at PinkSale.
Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome to everyone. Let me introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Azuz. I am the founder and CEO of Avanzo Investments. I have been working in the real estate industry for the past 12 years. I actually own a real estate company, and I also own a woodworking factory. It's not directly related to the real estate, but yeah. So, and Avanzo is a real estate crypto project linking both real estate, real life, and blockchain.
Nice. Okay, so with regards to the real estate portion of it, is your project focusing on the contracts side of things? Can you just explain how you'll interlink both the real estate and the blockchain components?
Okay, let me start first by telling what is the issue. How did Avanzo start at the beginning? I mean, we believe that the crypto market has a major issue of cash flow and inflow of cash, and the current market condition where is only circulating the wealth between people. There is no real source of income coming from real investments that increase the capital over time for projects. That's why we see projects that fall down just because Bitcoin went from 68K to 17K. We saw huge projects fall down because you don't have something or a solid base to stand or support it. So this is one of the major issues. Personally, I have been in crypto since 2017. It was my first BTC buy through Coinbase. And the story of Avanzo started when I invested in a project, and I holded the project for 2 years. And people knew me, the community, because I have been there for a long time and I have been supportive. But the project didn't have enough fund to keep going. And by bear market hitting, it couldn't manage their expenses. So this is one of the major issues. Avanzo started to solve this issue, making a real business, leveraging blockchain technology. Imagine a project where has a sustained cash flow and a really huge support of assets that keep it strong and keeping its growth, whatever the condition of the market is.
Nice. And with the utility that you're proposing with Avanzo, is any of that live? Is that something that you're putting in use every day now? How is all that working?
Okay, so the utility of Avanzo, first of all, we offer opportunity of investing in real estate by providing pools to the investors. Okay, we actually have the investing pools. We have DAO system, and we have the NFT system, which is totally unique, something that's new in the market, and I think that's how NFT should be used. Okay, starting with the investing pools, our DO voting system. Just let me share my screen and we can present it to the people here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Okay, tell me if you see it.
Yes, I see that.
Okay.
That
So
looks like an electrical schematic.
I mean, yeah, but it explains the idea or the system of the DO voting that we are following.
Yeah, it does.
So
Nothing
as
beats a flowchart. So
yeah, okay. So as the Avanzo company, we will be making researches on what countries that has the most growth potential in GDP for the next 5 years. Okay, because we do know that real estate is growing in value with the GDP growth of a country. Okay, so saying that, we will be providing our investors with 2 to 3 countries to choose from or to vote on what the next country that we will be investing the $10 million, for example. Let's say we have a $10 million, we want to invest it in a country. Please vote on which country that we will be investing in. After this DO voting and the country is chosen, we'll go to the next layer or level of DO voting, where we'll be representing 2 to 3 properties where investors can choose between. We have our criteria in choosing the properties, and it's shown in our white paper. A very strict criteria focuses on the highest ROI possible from real estate, the potential of the growth of income for the real estate itself. So the investors will be choosing the winner or the chosen property. Afterwards, they will have the option to choose what their annual return will be paid with. Okay, so you physically have full control of your investment. Our system provides you 50% on your returns as AVAN token. This is standard. Okay, so you are voting on the other 50%, which you and other investors will be voting on. Then the investing pool is started for the chosen property. The investors start to fill the pool or fund the pool, okay, to start the process of buying the property and start the investing period. Avanzo will be filling 30% of the pool. So Avanzo will be holding 30% of the property. Let's say the property cost is $1 million. Avanzo is going to fill $300,000 from its own funds, and the $700,000 will be filled by the investor themselves. So we can share the. Now this is the part where I'm saying sustaining cash flow for the company to keep growing and keep spending, even if we are in a bear market like we are now. We can keep paying people and expanding. Mm-hmm. Then the last voting voting option will be only for NFT holders. Now here comes the NFT thing. Okay, so once the investors fill the pool, now they are investors and holders of this property. Okay, each investor will be granted an NFT, special NFT tied to this property, representing his ownership in this property. Okay. Now we are changing the whole contracting system of real estate, and you can physically buy an apartment in let's say in New York, which is like miles away from you, and you can prove ownership of your property through your NFT on the blockchain. Okay, so this is something unique, and you have full control over your NFT. I mean, with our marketplace that will be built on our platform, you can sell your NFT, which is your holding percentage. You can even split your NFT. Let's say that you are holding 5% of this property. You can split and sell 1% of it and keep the 4%, the rest of the 4%. This gives you flexibility to have a fast liquid cash. Okay, if you are interested to invest in something else, you're not bonded to this property until the property is sold or whatever happens. Okay. Now this explains how the overall system works. Now, for the cash flow and the sustaining of the company itself, we actually have, just let me check this one. Yes. Now, this is an example. This is an example of how Avanzo company is going to be functioning. We have our own investments that it's 100% owned by Avanzo, and we have the 30% share that I mentioned earlier from the pools. Those funds or the returns will be gone to the Avanzo company, and they are split according to a certain budgets that we keep. 70% goes to the growing and expenses. 10% goes for coin buyback. So just imagine over time, when the company grows and the amount of pools and the properties owned by the company are increasing. So we are having actually payments or annual returns, like it can be monthly, weekly, or in the future it could be like every 2 to 3 days. You know what I mean? Because you are buying properties in a different period of time, so the annual returns are different from property to other. So there is a buyback function from the project itself to buy coins from the market, and that's totally from yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Just a quick couple of questions. So I see that you've got a 7% annual return or predicted return, and you mentioned that obviously that will fluctuate because it's too hard to predict that you'd get a 7% on every single property that you purchase. But what countries are you looking at purchasing, and what sort of legal legal hurdles will you have to jump to buy properties, overseas? What country are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Okay,
from Middle East. Yeah.
Will you be purchasing houses within your country?
No, we are not tied to any country. Whatever country has the highest GDP growth, it will be our target.
Okay. And will you also be looking at rental properties, or are you just looking at just purchasing and then purchasing those properties for capital growth?
Of course, we care about our returns. I mean, the ROI is the most important factor. Either it's a commercial building, either it's F&B or residential. We don't care what is the type of the property. We care how much it will give us in return. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because we are talking about capital and return on capital. That's what we care about. Okay. Yep. And for the 7%, you're totally correct. I mean, at the end, the property that we are going to present for the investors, it will have its data that we know that it will give us, for example, from 6 to 8%. You know what I mean? You cannot be certain. Now, this is one of the biggest issues that we find in the market. Project intend to promise the investors that we are going to give you 800 ROI and APY and whatsoever. They don't consider the inflation factor of those tokens. Okay, but over here you're getting a pure new fresh cash. Okay, so you're getting new money. Even if the token price went from, like, for example, let's say that your initial investment is $1,000. Okay, if you are holding any token or any stacking program that it's popular now, and the bear market comes, your $1,000 may be valued at like $100, and we've seen this a lot. But at Avanzo, your $1,000 will stay $1,000 because it's linked to a real asset that it's storing your value. You know what I mean? So your $1,000 are always there as long as the building is there and you're getting returns on it.
So with the return, obviously you need to be turning over properties to be able to keep that cash flow coming in, right? Is that?
I mean, let's take it in a simple manner. Let's say that you have a building, okay, that you want to sell. This building has, like, let's say 20 apartments. The yearly income, let's say it's a $100,000. Okay. So as Avanzo, I'm going to present the property for our investors that we have this property. It will cost X amount of money, $1 million, for example, and its returns is going to be $100,000 per year. Now, the good part here that the investors will share the same percentage as Avanzo company in return. I mean, if the property is giving back 10%, then each investor in this pool will get 10% of the annual return. Not like banks or rates where you take only 2% and they take all the big amounts. You know what I mean? They just throw away 2% or 3% at maximum. So you're a holder, you're an owner of this property with Avanzo and the other investors.
Got it.
Okay, let's keep going. So 10% for buyback, 10% will go to the investment reserve wallet. Now, the investment reserve wallet is very important to keep growing and getting bigger so we can do a new cycle of investments to keep Avanzo holding more properties that 100% owned by Avanzo and also supporting the 30% of a pool that we will contribute in. And then we have a 10% that goes to a risk management wallet. Okay, now this is very important because at any case, the company must have a reserve for risk to be able to make anything important. Let's say that we had an issue with a building, for example, and some rent people left their apartment and our income will be reduced. Then we will have to support this property to keep the annual return fixed for the investors. You got my point?
I get it. Yep.
Okay. So this is an overall idea about the project. The good part is that we are partnering, or we already partnered with one of the leading blockchain app development companies in the world. It's called ThinkClouds. People can check our Twitter account and they actually can see the partnership announcement. We also announced today our partnership with one of the venture capitals companies, which is Kenzo Ventures. They are going to support us in our connections with centralized exchanges, KOLs, influencers, and so on. Even the investing companies that can support Avanzo as well.
Awesome. Good stuff. I see you've got some more slides in your presentation. Are you going to continue to go through them, or did you want to just
No, those are just like copies with some edits, so don't mind it.
That's okay. All right. Well, this was my other question to you is regarding the actual company itself. So is your company, I assume it's just your company, and is it fully registered, licensed, and everything like that to help protect the investors with?
Yes, this is a very, very important question. Like, let's be clear with the people over here. until date, there is no any government support for the NFTs, and you know what I mean. Okay, so our company is going to be based in Dubai. Right now, while I'm talking, I had a call today early morning with our helper in Dubai to proceed on the company establishment. Okay,
Okay.
so one of the many reasons that Avanzo has a long period of token locks and our roadmap is somehow stretched is that we can deliver what we promise.
Hmm.
Okay, and we actually built our roadmap uh, to sustain a growth, healthy growth of Avanzo without facing any issues in price dumping or even making the early investors and private one dump on the public investors. They have almost like what 10 months apart. I mean, the public buyers will have their coins. 10 months later, the private sale buyers will have their coins. Also, one of the good parts is that we're already in talks with some exchanges, of course, no names, to host our IEO sale, which is the public 2 sale that will be starting in Q1 2023. And it will come out, the public sale IEO will go with token launching immediately.
Cool. So just a little bit about you, Azuz. How long have you been in real estate, and what's your portfolio worth at the moment?
I don't I don't really want to say how much is my portfolio in my business. But I can tell you that real estate is a family business for the past 40 years at the beginning. And personally, I have been in the real estate for 12 years.
Okay, so
My company is 12 years old, and between the company, the real estate company, and the woodworking factory, I have around 100 employees working under me.
oh well, okay. So you've got quite a big business then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good stuff, buddy. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about your pre-sale. So your pre-sale has just started and ends in 15 days. So you've got quite a long time to start and continue to raise the funds for your project. So 400,000 BUSD is what you're looking to raise. I believe that's close to 1,200 BNB roughly at the moment, I think. My question is, what was the deciding factor on the 400K BUSD? Is that required for business operations? Is that required for your first investment? Can you just run us through that?
Okay. First of all, our private one sale raised around 60 BNB. Some people will say that it's not that big amount, but guys, we did zero marketing. We literally did zero marketing. We paid $0 on marketing, and we managed to raise 60 BNBs, or equivalent to 60%. Okay. Now, as I told you before, our roadmap is built to keep growing and to keep delivering. So $400,000. Do you know how much is the contract between us and the app development company itself?
I'd say it would be fairly expensive.
It is $400,000 by itself. You
Oh,
know?
shit.
Yes, but I always say that. I mean, we had a really tough meeting with me and my team, saying we are going to pay a lot of money to this company. We can't find something cheaper. I told them, guys, if we are going to build something that lasts for generations, then the most important thing is your base. It's you need to build a solid base. I cannot trust any company to hold Avanzo platform and app and just for whatever discount I make my investor under risk. You know, and
Mhm.
we already somehow started paying, because we have funding support from my business, and that's helping us to keep going. Even we raised a small amount of private one, it was not an issue at all. So
Okay.
yeah, the 400,000 is part of it is going to be paid for the app development company. Uh, the other part of it will be considered for more marketing, in a different level of marketing, and also preparing payment to some exchanges that are asking for some payments, or at least an under a portion of the payment, let's say 50%, to keep everything ready.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about was your tokenomics on the actual pre-sale itself. So you've got 51% is being locked, and then there's 47 being unlocked. Just wondering whether you can run us through why you've got 47% unlocked tokens.
Okay, so the 51% includes the team tokens that are locked for 5 years, including the vesting of marketing tokens for the next 3 years,
Hmm.
and so on. I mean, we did make an announcement about our locks, and all of the locks, by the way, guys, starting from Q1 2023. It's not from today. So physically, it's the period is even more than what we are mentioning in our metric page. The other 47%, now you need tokens to be sold, correct?
Yep.
So we need to have the tokens to sell it for people. That's why. And any tokens that are not sold are going to be locked with the locked tokens. So overall, we believe that we will have around 20 to 25 million circulating supply at the beginning of the launch and trading.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right. So moving on to your actual tokenomics for the token itself. Can you just talk us through what your buy-sell tax is, how the fee structure works? Um, um, yeah, just run us through that side of the tokenomics, please.
Uh, we don't have any tax fees, okay? For many reasons. I mean, if we want to for people to invest in investing pools, we cannot force them to lose a portion amount of their investment just because they're sending their tokens from a place to other. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So no, we don't have. This is an official announcement, guys. We don't have tax, and also we don't provide free token staking. The only way to take more money over your money is to invest in one of the real estate pools that we are going to provide.
Hmm. All right. And yeah, last question from me. If you wanted to talk a little bit about your marketing and yeah, what you guys are doing to try and fill the pre-sale, um, that'd be good.
Okay, so for marketing, we already started some marketing campaigns
Hmm.
where most of them are going to be running in the next couple of days. I mean, we have three more AMAs other than PinkSale. I don't know if I can mention names or no. Can you tell me?
Like Golems, Caesars, Travelad, that stuff.
No, other stuff. So let's keep names away. Uh, so yes, we started our marketing campaigns, and most of them are going to be live in the next couple of days. That's why we have a 2 week period, and we always insist people to take your time. I mean, you have time to buy. If the team is not in a hurry to raise the money, don't be in a hurry to buy the project. Honestly, make your
Yeah,
studies, ask questions, join the main chat, ask any questions you want to say. You are open, free to ask anything.
cool. No, that's everything I've got to ask you anyway. So yeah, appreciate you running us through. Azuz, is there anything else that you wanted to share with us about your project before we get questions from the audience?
Not sharing. I want to give an advice, honestly.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how to say it, but guys, study the project utility. Think about the future of the project. Okay, if a project doesn't have a sustained cash flow system that keep it growing in a healthy way, okay, and increasing its potential and capital growth over time, then we're talking about something that will, like, let's say, will reach a point where it cannot grow anymore. Okay, I mean, I always say, don't look at project as a pyramid scheme, because pyramid scheme always favor the people that join early,
Hmm.
and they are most profitable people, uh, while the late people are always the people that hold and wish that the coin goes up again to either break even their investing cost, or even make profit. Always think about the growth of the project in a healthy way. Consider it in a business way. Okay. Uh, Also, people asking us, why do you have a long lock times? We're saying that we have a plan that we follow, and we will not tolerate this plan. Until today, we are moving according to the roadmap and even exceeding our roadmap. We're doing things that is like coming in the next quarter, and we did it now. You know, if you are ready to hold a coin for 2 years, and it's 99% down from your initial investment, then I think you can hold a coin for 14 months, and you know that it will keep growing, because we are talking about real assets. We're not talking about something in the air. No, it's a physical asset that brings more money to us and you.
Cool. Thank you. Good advice. I like that. All right, everybody, let's get some questions for Azuz. Please raise your hands and we'll try and get through as many questions as we can. Let's go. MJ, if you want to start. MJ? Mary Jane? Sorry. Mary Jane, last call before we move on. All right. Teddy Diva, did you want to go next? Teddy, are you here, mate? I think people are having issues with Telegram at the moment. Hey,
Don't be shy, guys. You
yeah.
you can speak freely.
Teddy, are you? All right, move on. Super J.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Super J, how you going, buddy?
Yeah, thanks for. I'm great. I'm great. And you?
Good, mate.
Okay. Thanks for the opportunity.
Uh,
I'm not
Super
able
can
J.
you
to.
hear
Hello.
me?
Super
Yes,
J, your
hi.
connection.
Hello. Am I?
Your connection is very bad. Super J. All right, we'll move on. David.
Okay. Thanks very much. Can you hear me?
Hey, mate.
Yeah, okay, good. So, so my question is about the voting power in terms of the real estate. So, where you said that we can, invest money and then vote and cash out our money when we like. So, uh, uh, in terms of the real estate, so you in the website that someone who invests as low as $10,000 can still have full functions on the voting count. So I would like to ask, what would be the voting power of someone who invests 10,000 $10 as compared to someone who invests between $100 to $1,000? Thank you.
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have to keep voting power. Okay, we cannot, first of all, we cannot keep it equal for many reasons. Okay, I mean, if you are investing $10,000, your voting power should be a little bit more than $100 investor. So it will be counted in brackets. Like, for example, $1,000 to $2,000 will have X amount of voting power. Okay, $2,000 to $5,000 will have X amount of voting power. So this way we can have let's say it. How can I say it? Because people did ask me about this. They said, "What if I invested a big amount of money and some other guy that doesn't have any clue about investing or whatsoever, and because his vote is equal to my vote, the decision goes to his opinion." We said no, we cannot do that. We cannot risk the $10,000 investor for a $100 investor. So no, there is different voting power, like any DOE voting. I mean, DOE voting is, if you are holding more, you have a more voting power. But bear in mind, Avanzo doesn't have voting power. So we do pay 30% of the investment, but we don't have any type of voting power.
Oh, wow. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh,
Thanks, David.
Okay, thank you.
Charles, did you want to go next?
Hi, Shanu. Hi, Azuz. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So my question is that, really bringing in real estate to the blockchain technology has, like, there are so many projects who have been trying to implement this, but at the end of the day, we are not really getting the hang of it. So my question is, what do you, because I believe that you have put in so much effort to build this this project. So what do you think is a unique feature or unique utility you are bringing in for us investors, which you feel that other projects who have implemented this type of like, should I say this type of utility does not have? Like, I mean, that's unique feature which will make your project be above them in terms of competition. I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah, I did get it. First of all, if we are talking about the competitors in the market, according to CMC, there are 1 to 2 competitors. Okay, and without calling names, they don't provide the same system that we are providing. Some of them are acting as a brokers, where you can offer your building for sale, and someone else need to pay the full amount. You know what I mean? It's like a broker platform. But we are doing something different, like implementing the NFT for ownership. Imagine if X country said that, okay, we are going to regulate the NFT as an ownership system, then Avanzo is there. Avanzo already implemented the system. Our system contains of 5 smart contracts. We built 5 smart contracts that been audited by Solid Proof, And yes, we are totally capable of expanding whenever governments regulate the NFTs and cryptocurrency overall. For advantage, I think that Avanzo has a lot of advantages. Like we don't act to our investors like you just give us the money and you have no power. Okay, no, we share the decision with you. We give you the free choice to either leave the investment or sell it to someone else. We also in our platform, you will be able to even use our payment system, like you can pay with your profits. Okay, so it's a total full financial service in one application. Okay, you can invest, vote, sell, even take profit and spend them the way you like.
Wow, that's nice. Thank you very much for the answer. Thank you very much, Shanu. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank you.
Joella, would you like to go next?
Hello, guys. Hi, Shano.
Hey, how you going?
How you doing?
Hi.
So let me go straight to my question. While going through your roadmap, you stated about having payment option integration. So I want to know more about the payments option. How will it be implemented to make it easier for all investors? That's my question.
Sorry, implementing of what?
Payment option integration
Okay.
on your roadmap.
Yes, that's correct. I mean, I just mentioned that we will have a payment system in our app where you can spend your profits. Okay, this way you can do whatever you want with your money. Like you are going to have your bank account on blockchain or between your hands. You know, you can take profits and invest and do whatever you want. So this is what we mean by payment option. I mean, I cannot say, I don't know actually if I can say the name of the company that will integrate the payment system, because this is with our app development company that we had to deal with. I don't know if I'm allowed to call the name, honestly, so I'm not going to call it anyways.
All right. Thank you for the answer. Thank you, Shano.
Welcome.
Thanks, Joella. Tolga, how you going, buddy?
Hi, Shano. I hope everyone is okay. Also, Azus.
Yeah, hi.
Very nice background, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you about the project. I have a question and, a little bit extra suggestion maybe it may include. Very established platform you mentioned about this. I wonder, because when we talk about real estate, as actually many people talk about real estate, they mean, builds before, buildings or factories. But, I think it must be also valid for new factories, buildings, to be built actually in the future. There may occur a standard maybe via your platform. You said you have 5 smart contracts. And about my question is just, came into my mind as you just mentioned. You said that your platform is suitable for any regulation. Transferring ownership of, such an important asset and having via NFTs, there will occur or you are able to create a escrow manner in your platform, transferring securely those NFTs, I mean. Thank you.
Okay, just to make sure that I did understand, was it a question or a suggestion? Sorry, I mean,
yeah. Actually, the first part, about the new buildings, new factories that can be called as real estate, because we understand mostly real estate, established buildings, ownership transferred people to people. They may occur as standard with your platform. That's my suggestion or feeling actually. But the second part, your platform is so capable for any regulation in terms of escrow, transferring ownership with more securely if demanded from the authorities. Yes.
Yes, I hope my answer fits your question. First of all, any user that's going to use the platform has to pass a KYC process. Okay, so in the future, governments can easily adopt us if they adopted the NFT and cryptocurrencies. We are here. Our investors are KYC'd. They are clean. For the NFTs itself, everything is on blockchain. So you physically, let's say it this way: we bought a building, okay? We are going to give this building an ID that will be assigned while transferring the ownership of this building to the company itself. This same ID is going to show on your own NFT. Let's say this building ID is 51, okay? Your ID is going to contain number 51, which is the ID of the property that you invested in. Because take it as this: it's like a contract that proves your ownership of a property. You need to know certain financial information, like what is the building, where is the building, how much is the building cost, what is your percentage if you are sharing the property with someone else, and so on. You can take it as Avanzo is building the base. So if everything got adopted, Avanzo is ready to just hit the light and we are good to work with governments, I mean.
Thank you. Thank you. I asked this question because I am living in Turkey. We have, very troubled notary system. Many people know that. You go to notary and you have to deal with papers, and that's why I asked about the feeling about the regulation. Thank you very much, Azuz and Shano. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tolga. Victor, do you want to go out next?
Hey, Shano.
Hey, how you going?
Yeah. So my question is about the properties. Like, do you have places in mind where you are going to invest the properties, or you are still deciding that?
Are you done with your question?
No, my next question will be dependent on your answer to this one.
Okay, so physically, our first investing pool won't be before Q4 2023. Okay, and depending on the current world scenarios, we cannot decide from today. You know what I mean? Maybe next month things change or happen, so we cannot decide now. That's why one of the reasons that we made our first investing pool will be starting Q4 2023.
Okay, I understand that. Now my next question will be, like, do you plan to invest in Africa? Like, do you plan to invest in properties in Africa? Like, to be specific, like Nigeria and South Africa, like those places are very nice for real estate business. So do you plan to invest in those countries?
Look, in our criterias, we don't care in the main place about the country. Okay, we choose the country according to criterias. If we found that Africa has a very big potential in GDP growth, then it will be Africa. You know what I mean? At the end, as an investing company, we care about three things. Okay, we care about risk management. What is the risks of investing in this certain place? We care about the ROI, what return on investment we are taking from this property. Number three, what is the potential of growth of this property? So we talk about numbers and money. That's the most important. If this place is going to give me good returns, and in the future the returns will be increasing, then it's a good place to buy in. Doesn't matter where.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that explanation. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Cheers, Victor. All right, let's get one last question from Odin before we move to the next AMA. Odin, would you like to finish us off with the last question?
Yeah, sure. No, am I audible?
Yep.
Hello. Oh, okay. Thank you. So, basically, my question will be about will be focused on insurance policy. You know, being a real estate with that is incorporating blockchain. I would like to know if you have any insurance policy and should in case there is anything or there is any if anything goes, if your project goes sideways, you know, you have people, investors' money with you. So do you have insurance policy to share the risk with you?
Okay, are you done?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So each building or property that you are going to buy, it must be signed with an insurance company. Okay. Now, when I talk about insurance company, this is a small detail that only real estate people knows. You can secure the returns of the building or the property. You can secure the value of the property with an insurance company. So let's say that 5 years from now or 3 years from now, we face a collapse in the real estate market. Okay, we already made an insurance, for example, for this property that costed us $1 million. So the insurance company secure that the value of the property will never go under $1 million. Okay, and it will also secure the returns of this building. Let's say that we had a contract that return should be 9%. The insurance company, whenever we had, like, for example, 7% return in this year, the insurance company going to pay us the 2% lift to keep the 9%. You know what I mean? So insurance is not only on the safety of the building, but also financial wise for the building. So we can secure our investments. We can sell the building for $1 million and its current value is $500,000. For example, I'm talking, okay? Because we have an insurance of value with the insurance company. This is a small detail most people don't know. But working in real estate for a long time, you know those small things.
Okay. Sorry. One last thing on Shono. If I want to buy a real estate over there from my end now, and I would like to get like C of O, certificate of occupancy. How do I get it? And some other packages with it.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
The certificate of occupancy.
Okay, so the certificate of occupancy, do you mean ownership or occupancy of the building? Proving your ownership?
Exactly, and of ownership too.
Okay, so the NFT will be as your contract or ownership proof. Okay, because everything will be linked to the building ID, which will be reflected on your NFT, which will be reflected on the blockchain. So if you sold your NFT to someone else using our marketplace, then the ownership will be transferred from you to the new investor. Okay, so yes, so actually the certificate is the NFT itself reflecting your ownership on a property.
All right, okay, cool. Thanks for the opportunity, Sean.
Thanks, Odin. Thanks. All right, guys, we'll wrap up the questions there for this AMA. Azuz, I just wanted to say a big thanks for coming out to PinkSale and hosting this AMA. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people here walking away from this and doing more research on your project, that's for sure, which is always a good thing. So, Azuz, yeah, I'll let you say some final words and we'll conclude.
Yeah, thank you for all the listeners over here, and I hope that you consider investing in the future. That secures your investments, and at the same time helping growing the real potential of the blockchain and cryptocurrency. Okay, the market is still not mature. Its real potential is not exposed yet. I think that's one of the reasons that governments don't want to accept the market at its current conditions. Let's help growing the market in a correct way, in a way that helps the generations after us. Thank you very much for this opportunity, guys.
Take care.